This is my 1999 XR400. It was in December 2011. I started it up and it idled, I guess, for about 2 minutes and then just quit. And it sounded like there wasn't any spark. You know, I just kept kicking it and didn't do anything. So put another spark plug in there. You know, you just grounds it on the cylinder and no spark. So traced it down, took off the connector over here. And didn't get any voltage there. You know, I even put my finger on it, it didn't shock me. There's a voltage regulator there. I'm going to replace that anyway with a Ricky Stator. And over here, traced it down to the wires. This is ignition coil, red and brown, I think. And didn't get any voltage here. Maybe on the AC, just a little bit, but not enough to shock me. Measured ohms is about 83 ohms. Should be about 120 ohms there. The white, let's see, the white, pink and yellow here, these go to the lights. So when I kick it over, the lights would fire up, so that circuit's alright. This here is the ignition pulse generator, and I think that just triggers when the ignition happens. And I'm thinking that part might be fried. This down here is just kind of an odd box that sets back in this pocket. Ignition control module, and Lord knows what that does. Shop manual gives you some tests on some of the leads up in here, and they don't give any direction on testing this box. They just say, here's where it is and here's how to replace it. You know. So called Ricky Stator, and they said it sounds like the symptoms are the stator that's in here, and that creates you know, all of your power. So what I need to do is take this case off right here, and you definitely want to drain your oil. What I'm going to do is lay the bike down on the right side. So I'm going to drain my carburetor out. I think there's a cap under here. I could just drain it out so the bowl doesn't leak everywhere, and lay it on the right side, take all the bolts out, and then just replace the stator. I've got some grip warmers, and the Ricky Stator has a line just for the lights and another line. I'm going to put a voltage regulator on that and run that to the grip warmers. You could run a headlight, you know, 200 watt headlight or something with both of the 100 watt lines, but I'm not going to do that. So I'll bring you into the next stage here. We'll see how it goes. This is my test with the XR. It's laying on the right side. I put some plastic down, but just wanted to make sure it's not going to be leaking any oil. Looks like it's passing the test here. Because I'm going to bring him inside into the condo and work on him in there, because this is about 30 degrees outside. Alright, there's a garage door there, and I've got these pieces of cardboard under the bike, and I'm kind of walking the bike along this way, moving the pieces. I'm going to lay him down right over there. Alright, there's the path down the hallway, and he made it into the den. I can just work on him here where it's nice and warm. Here's the Ricky Stator that I got at my door. It's pretty cool. It's got the skull with electricity going through it. Alright, here's the Stator on the right. It really looks beefy. It's got lots of windings on it. Let's see, on the back here, this is the ignition pulse generator that'll bolt in. I think that's the part probably that's fried. And there's other leads. You got the brown and the red here. Those are going up to the coil. This is the ignition pulse generator clip here, and these other ones, I think 2 are for the lights, and then the other 2 are probably the other 100-watt leads. So I'm going to wire all that together. And this is another voltage regulator for the XR400R. It's got the contact clip in there where you can just clip it in, because there's 4 wires coming off the original. Alright, finally got the cover off. You'll notice on the case cover, about right here there's a tip on the outer cover, and I got a hammer in here kind of like this, and just tapped on a little bit that way. And there's also another tip like right up under here, and just got a piece of wood and kind of jammed it up in here just lightly, you know. And then another one over on this side, facing up from about here, so leveraged on the frame just a little bit to tap around that, but you have to just tap the daylights out of it. I mean, not too hard, but just often, and just go all the way around and tap the light with a hammer or a mallet around here just to loosen that gasket. And as you can see, it tore right here. I went ahead and ordered a gasket because I knew this thing was going to break. And here's the old Stator rig, and we're going to replace this whole part and that, and run the new cord up through here, and probably going to use a razor blade on this edge all the way around here and on the case to clean it up. On these inner nuts, I used a torque wrench and held it up kind of sideways like this to get some leverage, and they're all pretty much about 25 Newton meters of torque. Alright, got them in there. It's kind of a pain to get the stator in. Their tolerance on this inner circle there is real tight, but I tightened those 3 screws down, maybe about 20 Newton meters, pretty tight. There's that spark indicator device over here. Tighten that down about the same. There's a white braided sheath leading up to this grommet, and I had to cut about an inch off to get it to all fit in there, and you have to cram that sheath in the clip, and they twist the wires right here, unfortunately, so it doesn't lay real flat. But you know, just do kind of a star shape on these nuts. Tighten those down about 10 to 20 Newton meters. I think the shop manual says 10, but that felt pretty loose. Put some Loctite on there, and run this around and double tape that again with electric tape. And of course this winds up being too long, this whole harness here, so I think I'm just gonna cut it off right down here and solder the wires on to get the leads in there. But oh well, hopefully if it all works, Ricky Stator makes a good product.